What's the etiquette for watching a movie on a plane when there's a sex scene? Nudge the person next to you and let them know it's about to happen. Thanks for the awards. Put the airline magazine over your lap to hide what you're doing. And try not to moan. I watched Everything Everywhere All at Once for the first time while on a flight. And once that dildo fight scene came in, I had no idea what to do. Squirm nervously until it's over. I usually go completely still and hope that the other passengers can't perceive me unless I move. Like T-Rexes. Or I'll put one hand on my chin in a "this is an integral part of the plot and I'm forming an intellectual thought about the scene" kind of move. Or I'll just try and remind myself that I didn't make the movie and it's not my fault that suddenly Pearl starts humping a scarecrow for an uncomfortable amount of time. Nudge the person next to you and say, "Nice." When in doubt, whip it out. Look around and if anyone's watching, make eye contact and wiggle your eyebrows at them. You're welcome. Have fun with their reactions. If it's your movie that you've brought along on a laptop or phone, I would say skip the sex scene. If it's in a movie provided by the airline on the little TV, let it run. That's the airline's issue if someone is upset about seeing it. Crank up the volume and grab some lube to assert your dominance over the rest of the passengers. Go hum. Nod your head inquisitively. And take notes in a notebook. If it's on the headrest display, I'd change the channel. If it's on my own device, I'd angle it different or cover it as much as I could. Just to be respectful to others, or if any kids were trying to watch. It's just a sex scene and I really don't care. But I'm not going to let my lax approach to it affect others. It's just a common courtesy that's not inconveniencing me at all. No big deal. Loudly discussing it with your neighbor. I was flying on an Alaska flight a few weeks ago and put on the 40-year-old virgin. I knew it was the edited version because there was no way they'd have butt-naked porn stars appearing on the whole screen. Despite that, they did not cut the scene out where they lock him in little glass room with porn playing on the TV screens. Oops. Luckily, this was a red eye and everybody was asleep. I was watching Wild Things with Denise Richards. Aisle seat on a long flight. Had no idea about the lesbian scene. My laptop had a 17 monitor, which is huge for a plane. Spicy scene starts. I get nervous. Look to the guy sitting next to me who gives me a huge thumbs up. I turn around and 5 men are leaning out of their seats, gazing down the aisle at my monitor. I let the scene play out since 7 of us were watching. Boner in the barf bag. Rewind and play it again. But my cousin Walter jerked off in public once. True story. He was on a plane to New Mexico when all of a sudden the hydraulics went. The plane started spinning around, going out of control. So he decides it's all over and whips it out and starts beating it right there. So all the other passengers take a cue from him and they start whipping it out and beating like mad. So all the passengers are beating off, plummeting to their certain doom. When all of a sudden, snap, the hydraulics kick back in. The plane rights itself and it lands safely and everyone puts their pieces or whatever, away and to board. No one mentions the phenomenon to anyone else. Mallrats. Ask the person next to you if they have ever seen snakes on a plane. If they reply no, ask if they want to see a snake on a plane. A lot of airlines have been on just straight up usually edit out or heavily censor those scenes tbh, but if not, then I would probably just fast forward through it. Clap and rub your hands lightly while saying, "Ooh, here it comes." Is the sex scene in the movie or is it the passengers having sex? Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop a like. If you would like to see more content like this in the future, subscribe and turn on notifications to be notified about future videos. Now check out one of these interesting videos.